Tuesday, 26 April, The Gap News This Morning, podcasting live from Kuala Lumpur, I'm Ghazali Abdullah. Good morning. First, the headlines. Government to provide toll-free rides, discounts up to 50% for Raya, says Ismail Sabri. Boy choked by classmate's father, says police. Cambodian job scam, cops seek to locate 6 Sarawakians. Ukraine war, railway strikes targeted arms supply routes, says Russia. Elon Musk strikes deal to buy Twitter for $44 billion. Beijing kicks off mass testing after spike in COVID cases. And SEA Games gold winners to receive special incentive, says Noor Azmi. And now the news in full. The government has agreed to allow toll-free rides and toll discounts of up to 50% to Malaysian families in conjunction with Idul Fitri this year, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob announced Monday. In a statement, he said highway users could enjoy the toll-free rides this weekend, April 30th and May 1st, as well as next weekend, May 7th and 8th, for their return trips to their hometowns. The toll-free rides, however, will only involve highways owned by Kumpulan Plus Malaysia Berhad through its North-South Expressway network and ANE Berhad through the East Coast Expressway LPT. He said the toll-free rides will begin at 12:01 a.m. on April 30th until 11:59 p.m. on May 1st, and from 12:01 a.m. on May 7th until 11:59 p.m. on May 8th for all classes of vehicles. Apart from that, toll discounts between 30 and 50% will also be given for all classes of vehicles on other highways during the same period. A 9-year-old primary school pupil was choked by his classmate's father after the boys were in a fight outside the school Sunday, according to a police report. District Police Chief Abdul Rahim Muhammadin said the father had become angry when told by his son that he had been slapped in a fight that happened when the boys were playing. The slapping incident made the suspect act aggressively by choking the victim and then dropping him on the ground, causing minor injury on the victim's head after he hit a rock. After the choking incident, the school contacted the victim's father before lodging a police report. Harian Metro quoted Rahim as saying, "Federal police are to seek the assistance of Interpol to locate 6 Sarawakian men who are believed to have been duped into working in Cambodia." Sarawak Police Chief Muhammad Azman Ahmad Sapri said the request was made following police reports lodged by family members of the victims, aged between 19 and 39, from Kuching and Padawan. Initial investigations showed that they were offered lucrative salaries to work in Cambodia by employment agents. The victims went to Cambodia, and once there, they realized they had been duped when they were forced to be part of a phone scam, he said at a press conference in Kuching Monday. Ukraine war. Russia says it has destroyed 6 substations powering Ukrainian railways used to transport foreign weapons. Ukraine's armed forces say Russia is targeting rail junctions to hit military supply routes. At least 5 people in central Ukraine were killed in the attacks, Ukrainian officials say. About 15,000 Russian troops have been killed since Russia invaded Ukraine, UK Defense Secretary Ben Wallace says. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says Russia is trying to brutalize parts of Ukraine but failing in its war aims. He was speaking after meeting President Zelensky in Kiev on Sunday. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who also went to Kiev, said the U.S. wanted to see Russia militarily weakened. The Chinese capital Beijing has kicked off mass testing for millions of residents after a spike in COVID cases. The Chaoyang district reported 26 cases over the weekend, the highest number so far in Beijing's latest surge. Long queues outside supermarkets and shops were seen despite government assurances there is sufficient food. It comes amid fears that Beijing could face a similar situation to Shanghai, which has seen some 25 million people shut in their homes for weeks. All 3.5 million residents in Chaoyang, Beijing's most populous district, will undergo 3 rounds of mass testing, according to a notice by the city's disease prevention team. The board of Twitter has agreed to a $44 billion takeover offer from the billionaire Elon Musk. Mr. Musk, who made the shock bid less than 2 weeks ago, said Twitter had tremendous potential that he would unlock. He also called for a series of changes from relaxing its content restrictions to eradicating fake accounts. The firm initially rebuffed Mr. Ma's bid, but it will now ask shareholders to vote to approve the deal. Mr. Mas is the world's richest person, according to Forbes magazine, with an estimated net worth of $273.6 billion, mostly due to his shareholding in electric vehicle maker Tesla, which he runs. He also leads the aerospace firm SpaceX. And now for some sports news. National athletes lucky enough to bag gold medals at the upcoming Southeast Asian SEA Games in Hanoi, Vietnam this May will receive special incentives in recognition of the efforts to bring glory to Malaysia at the biennial games. The incentives will be handed personally to the athletes immediately after the gold medal win by SEA Games Malaysian chef de mission, Datuk Nur Azmi Ahmad. Without revealing any specifics regarding the special incentives, Nur Azmi said the incentives would hopefully spur the national athletes to achieve great successes in Hanoi. To end the bulletin, here are the headlines again. Government to provide toll-free rides, discounts up to 50% for Raya, says Ismail Sabri. Boy choked by classmate's father, says police. Cambodian job scam, cops seek to locate 6 Slovakians. Ukraine war, railway strikes targeted arms supply routes, says Russia. Elon Musk strikes deal to buy Twitter for $44 billion. Beijing kicks off mass testing after spike in COVID cases. And SEA Games gold winners to receive special incentive, says Nur Azmi. This has been the Gap News this morning, Tuesday, 26 April, with reports from Free Malaysia Today, The Vibes and the BBC World Service. The Gap News is also available on the internet news portal Melaka Hari Ini. We hope you found the bulletin informative. We welcome hearing from you. If you do have the opportunity, please do write in. We would certainly love to hear from you. Podcasting live from Kuala Lumpur, I'm Ghazali Abdullah.